Good, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone from whichever city, whichever country you're dialing in from. I can see quite a few of you who have sort of started trickling into. All those of you who have just joined in, thank you so much for joining on this wonderful, wonderful Tuesday evening, afternoon, whichever country, city you're dialing in from. Very quickly in the chat window, can you tell us which city or which country you're dialing in from? It would really help us understand where our audiences are coming in from, and also serve as an audio and video check that you can hear us and see us clearly. So we have Tanay, who's from Gujarat, Tanya from India, Dipti from Hyderabad. Yes, keep this going. Onkar from Mumbai, someone else from Delhi. A lot of people I see are trickling in. To all those who are trickling in, which city you're joining in from. We also have someone from Ghana, someone from New Delhi. Thank you so much, all of you wonderful people, for making time. It's going to be an absolutely power-packed session today, in which we are going to be, the topic, of course, is from any background to accounting leadership in the USA, the GIES MSA Advantage, brought to you, of course, by the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, GIES College of Business. For those of you who have just tuned in or would like to know a little bit, the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign GIES College of Business is a globally recognized leader in business education, known for its innovative approach to preparing students for the evolving demands of the marketing modern business world, right? So they have programs like the Master of Science in Accounting, the MSA program. They also have the Master of Business Administration, their MBA program. All of these are designed to blend in with functional tools like artificial intelligence, blockchain, data analysis, business analytics. So a lot of new age theory and practical life skills sort of come together here at the university. Great. I see we have crossed 150 and a couple of more of you are trickling in. So once again, welcome everyone. Let us know which city or which country you're dialing in from. As I mentioned, it's going to be a very, very interesting session. We have someone from the admissions team present with us who is going to be talking about what the university has to offer. We have someone from the graduate program who's going to be talking about how you can do well in your career. What exactly is it that you need to do to go out there? And of course, we also have an alum. So you are technically getting the best of all three worlds right here today. So stay tuned. We are just about to cross our 200 mark. Great. So, like I said, very, very interesting session. I'm going to quickly introduce the panel for today, starting with myself. My name is Sabahat Urzuk. I'm from Seed Global Education. We are a UK headquartered company which facilitates interactions between top global universities like the one that we have here with us today, and prospective students like yourself, giving you a chance to connect with alums, with program directors, with the career officials there to help you make informed choices, not just about your higher education, but your future career plans as well. Joining me on the panel today is Brian. Hi, Brian. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great. Brian was recently with us in India, and we had the privilege of touring across 5 cities and having a wonderful time. Brian is the Assistant Director of Recruiting and Admission at the GIES College of Business. With over 2 years of experience in admissions and campus visits, he brings a lot of expertise to student engagement and recruitment. So for those of you who are considering GIES as an option, Brian is your go-to person. You can connect with him directly. Joining Brian again all the way from the GIES College of Business, University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign is Emily. Hi, Emily.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Emily Ziegler. I'm the Director of Residential Graduate Degrees here at GIES. And so I'm really excited to talk to you a little bit more about the MSA program.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Emily. Emily comes in with over 12 years of experience in higher education. She holds education qualification from Northern Illinois University and Illinois State University. Thank you so much, Emily, for taking out time from your busy schedule and being here with us today. Last but definitely not the least, we have an alum, Vidhi, who has earned her Master of Science in Accounting, the MSA degree from the GIES College of Business in 2023. Vidhi is currently working as a tax consultant at Deloitte in Chicago, Illinois. Prior to joining the GIES program, she worked for 2 years as an associate consultant at Credas Trustee Private Limited in Mumbai, and she holds an LLB degree and a law degree from KESJH Patel College of Law, which she completed in 2021. Wow, thank you so much, Vidhi. That's been an amazing career change, and that's what we are going to be talking a lot about in today's session. So, to those of you who have just tuned in, it is going to be, like I said, a power pack session. I'm going to be starting with a quick poll question, followed by which Brian will speak to you about what the university has to offer: programs, scholarship, funding, deadlines. What are your requirements? And then we will be jumping into a very, very interesting panel discussion with Emily and with Vidhi to know more about Vidhi's career trajectory and how GIES helped her, and from Emily to know more about what the university has to offer. In the meantime, all of your questions in the Q&A box, we will be taking them up at the end of the session, and make sure no question is the right or wrong question. So all of your questions in the Q&A box. With that, I'm going to start by running my first poll question for the evening today, which is on the screen in front of you. Are you someone who's interested in pursuing an on-campus program? Are you someone who wants to go, study on campus, get student life experience, etc.? Or are you someone who would like to get a degree, but through an online program, sitting in the comfort of your home or wherever it is that you're traveling and gain a degree? Or are you one of those people who really wants to know more before they make a choice about which way they want to go? So to all 290 plus of you in the audience, quickly on the screen in front of you is my first poll question for this evening. Are you someone who's interested in pursuing an on-campus program, or are you someone who's interested in pursuing an online program? I'm going to keep the poll running for a few more seconds before I hand it over to Brian to let us know more about these programs, both the online and the offline ones. Great. I can see a lot of you who have started casting your vote, and we have crossed 300 participants in the chat box. Great. I'm going to end the poll for today and share the results on the screen right in front of you. 58% of our audience today want to pursue an on-campus program. 24% are looking at online. And of course, 18% want to know more about what these programs are all about. With that, over to you, Brian, to get them into more details about it.
All right, thank you so much, Sabahat. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right, so as Sabahat mentioned, my name is Brian Schutte. I'm the Assistant Director for Recruitment and Admissions here in the GIES College of Business, and we're going to talk about mainly the residential MSA program. But as mentioned previously, we do have an online version of the MSA program as well. And if anybody has any questions, you're welcome to connect with me after this session, and I'd be happy to work you through the process. So a little bit about the University of Illinois. So we were founded back in 1867. So for over 150 years now, we've really been educating students with an eye towards the future, really kind of having those innovative type thoughts and really coming up with real world solutions to solve business problems worldwide. We're currently ranked the #9 public university in the United States, up from #12 last year. So we're moving up the rankings. So we're really proud of our rankings. We think we've got some great faculty and great students here in the GIES College of Business. We are a very large but a very diverse institution. Between undergrad and graduate students, we have over 56,000 students here on our campus, and they represent all 50 states here in the US, as well as over 100 different countries around the world. And speaking of around the world, currently ranked number 69 in the QS World University Rankings. So again, GIES is very well known, not only here in the United States, but all around the world as well. So this is a beautiful picture of our business instructional facility. So this is kind of the hub of the GIES College of Business. You see all the tables down there on the first floor, a lot of collaboration, a lot of students working together, studying, working through projects and things like that. So we like to give you just kind of a snapshot if you can visualize yourself in this particular atmosphere. Our graduate programs office is actually located up on the 3rd floor of this building. So we're right here with our students, really trying to help them through, not only when they're working through the application process, but after they arrive on campus here as well. So the whole point of this presentation is kind of a little bit about just the overall field of accounting. So we get the question a lot, why accounting? It truly is an in-demand field, as regardless of the organization or the company's size, wherever they're located, everybody is going to need accounting. So again, it's a very relevant career. A lot of previous CPAs and accountants are reaching retirement age, so it's really a great time to get in, kind of work through that process, try to earn your CPA eligibility and get into an accounting career. We really try to focus on building a lot of different data analytics into our program. Really, that's going to be kind of the future of business. We want to make sure that our students are well prepared to hit the ground running and be very successful in their career as they get started. So a couple of things that we really like about GIES that we feel set it apart is not only do we have a very rigorous curriculum, some of the top ranked accounting faculty in the United States, but we also really focus on the career preparation aspect as well, as all of our students in the MSA program work very closely with our career and professional development team, not only once you arrive on campus, but actually before you get to campus after being admitted into the program as well. Some of the things that our career and professional development team can offer for you. Again, the Professional Pathway Program, it's a series of workshops to help you prepare for the job search process. Also, one-on-one resume clinics, mock interviews, helping you prep for various career fairs here on campus. Again, also not only the big career fairs, but we also have smaller employer showcases, really trying to get our students out in front of these recruiters, really trying to network with potential employers and really kind of get their name out there, be able to hand off your resume and things like that. So here's a couple of quick snapshots and a couple of facts about our program. As I mentioned previously, we were recently ranked as the #1 accounting faculty in the United States, as well as the #3 business school for graduate level accounting. So those are numbers that we're very, very proud of. And then also our students tend to do very, very well after completion of the program as well. In fact, 91% successful outcomes for our international students within 6 months of graduation. So not only are you getting a world-class education here, but you're also reaching those successful outcomes after completion of the program as well. It's a 12-month program, so we have both a January start option, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the presentation, and then we have the majority of our cohort that start in June. It's a 12-month program, so 3 semesters. So again, the majority of our students start in June, complete the program the following May, but we will talk here briefly here shortly as well about a new initiative that we have here in the GIES College of Business with our January start available as well. One thing that we are very proud of and a lot of our international candidates are interested in is the GIES MSA program is STEM designated. So we definitely have that emphasis on data analytics. As I mentioned previously, there's a analytics concentration that you can declare as part of the MSA program and really dive deep into those analytics type courses. Again, really very analytical approach in the future of business. So we want to make sure our students are prepared to navigate that once they begin their careers as well. As mentioned, since we are STEM designated, our students do qualify for the additional 24 months of OPT, so a total of 36 months of OPT after conclusion of the MSA program. So that's a really great advantage and really great benefit for choosing to study accountancy in the GIES College of Business. And with that 36 months of OPT that students are eligible for, that also gives you multiple opportunities to enter the H-1B visa lottery. So a couple of quick facts about our program. We are very much a professional program as there is no master's thesis required. Again, a majority of our students start in June and graduate in May. And then we also will have a new cohort of students joining us in January, and they will graduate next December. As mentioned, we take students with no accounting background whatsoever, so no accounting degree, no problem. You can still join the MSA program, and in just 3 semesters, we can make you eligible to sit for the US CPA exam. Another big advantage and something that I think is unique about the GIES College of Business MSA program is we have customized study plans. We welcome students from a variety of different academic backgrounds, any academic major. We've had econ, music, theater, political science, psychology, you name it. We've had students from all across the board in their undergraduate degrees come to GIES, finish the MSA program, gain that CPA eligibility. But since we do work with students with so many different academic backgrounds, our academic advisor and our academic director work really hard to review your academic background and come up with a customized study plan that works best for you and your success in the program. So a little bit about the curriculum. As you may have saw on a previous slide, it's 32 total credit hours. However, many of our students do take additional coursework above those 32 hours and try to get the most out of the program during their time with us. Everybody in the program will take the core classes listed on your left, Accounting Analysis 1 and 2, Managerial Accounting, Auditing, as well as Federal Taxation. And then when you get the opportunity to customize your plan is with the elective credits that you choose. As mentioned, we do offer some various concentrations that you're able to declare as part of the program. It is a set of 3 elective courses that you take to earn a concentration. Certainly not required. There are students that want to just take electives from several different areas in terms of taxation, auditing, things like that, maybe some additional analytics courses. So that's when you have the opportunity outside of the core classes to customize your program for your particular interest and your career goals moving forward. So one thing that is listed as optional but highly recommended is we offer an optional CPA review course. This course uses the Becker materials, which is an industry leader in CPA prep. And we have a relationship with Becker in that normally those Becker materials are over $2,000 to purchase to help you prepare to study for the CPA exam. We've negotiated a price with Becker down to $1,075. And then anybody in the MSA program that chooses to enroll in this optional CPA review course, we automatically apply a $1,000 scholarship to your account, bringing the out-of-pocket cost for our students down to about $75 or $100 for these Becker materials, again, to make sure that they're very well prepared when they begin to sit for the CPA exam. Part of the CPA review course as well is you get to study at your own pace. And as I mentioned, we've got top-ranked faculty in the field of accounting. They serve as faculty coaches coming in, working with our students, helping them with their particular area of expertise, preparing for that module of the CPA exam. And then we also offer CPA study nights. It's just a group of students and faculty that get together. The faculty are there to answer questions that may come up as the students are studying. Students can study together in a group setting or individually. So again, not only just making sure that you're able to navigate the rigorous curriculum you'll see in the MSA program here in the GIES College of Business, but also make sure you're well prepared when you're ready to sit for the CPA exam as well. So not only do we try to focus on the classroom and the academic side of things, we want to make sure that students have a good experience while they're here at the University of Illinois as well. So we offer several different social events with our students being able to get together, things like etiquette dinners, picnics, pizza parties, tailgating, bowling, all of those kind of things to allow students to interact with other MSA students and also students from our other GIES graduate programs as well. Because as I mentioned, most of our programs are about 12 months or less. So we want to make sure during your time here on campus, you have a great experience. You get to connect with your fellow cohort members and also students from other GIES graduate programs as well. Many different professional development workshops for our students that begin the MSA program in the summer. There's a 5-part workshop series put forth by our career and professional development team, really working closely with the MSA cohort, helping them prep for the job search process. Again, lots of different networking opportunities and really kind of focusing on your individual career goals. There is some group career advising as well, but I highly encourage students, once you join us here on campus, take advantage advantage of those one-on-one career advising opportunities as well, and really kind of get that customized approach to what your career goals and what your job search process may look like. So as I mentioned, a lot of different successful outcomes for our students. These are just a few examples of some of the companies and the job titles that our graduates have obtained in the last few cycles. You'll see the big four firms over there on the left side. Many of our students do come to the GIES College of Business with the hopes of working for one of the big four firms. Kind of our top destinations for our graduates. Chicago is our #1 based on proximity. They're about 2 hours north of us here in Champaign, Urbana. And then also we see a lot of our students go to the East Coast, West Coast, as New York City, Los Angeles, and San Francisco are some of the other top destinations that our graduates go and start their career. So truly you can take this MSA degree and go anywhere. So let's talk just a little bit about kind of the admissions process. So the admissions requirements, as I mentioned, a bachelor's degree in any discipline. We do accept all students with a 3-year bachelor's degree from India now. So that's something new for this application cycle. So anybody with a 3-year bachelor's degree from India, you are welcome to apply for our programs. As mentioned previously, a major in accounting is not required to be eligible for our program for a summer start. And then our graduate college is looking for a 3.0 GPA and your final 60 credit hours attempted. As I mentioned, there's no ACCE specific background required. However, there are 2 prerequisite courses that we are looking for. One is fundamentals of accounting or financial accounting, and then the other one is going to be a business management course. If you have not had the opportunity to take those courses during your undergraduate program, not a problem whatsoever. We do offer those courses on Coursera for our students as well. If you visit the MSA website and go under the frequently asked questions section, the very first bullet point on there will say, I don't have the prerequisites. What should I do? And that'll give you the link to the Coursera courses. And then you can just upload those completion certificates with your application in the transcript section, and we will consider those prerequisites to have been met. Also not required, but a background in finance or statistics is definitely recommended as well. But again, the financial accounting and business management are the only prerequisites, but we do recommend students have some type of finance or stats course under their belt as well. As mentioned previously, we are implementing a new spring start, but the eligibility for spring is a little bit more specific than what it is for our summer cohort. So to be eligible for our spring 2025 cohort, you must have an undergraduate accounting degree from a university outside of the United States or have the certification from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So again, an international accounting degree from a university or having that ICAI certification will make you eligible for the spring 2025 start date. Still the 3.0 GPA requirement, still the fundamentals of accounting and the business management course. But again, just that little bit more specific in terms of what degree will make you eligible for the spring start. So in terms of the application process, everybody will submit the items on the left. So any unofficial transcripts from each institution that you have attended, we will need the official transcripts eventually down the line. However, as part of the application process, we're only looking for unofficial transcripts. You'll also fill out the MSA coursework form, just letting us know what courses that you've taken that fulfill those prerequisites for the program, and then also any additional accounting courses that you may have to help design that customized study plan. We'll ask each student to upload a most recent resume, as well as the essay questions. There will be a personal statement, as well as an academic statement that are required by the graduate college. And then there's also going to be a video essay component as well. No need to panic on the video essay. It's all about you and your career goals and things like that, your experiences working in a team setting. So it's 3 randomized questions that you will record a video and you'll only last for 3 minutes. And then also 2 letters of recommendation as well. In terms of our international students, a couple of additional things we're looking for, a GMAT GRE score. There are some waivers available, and more information on that can be found on our website, or you're more than welcome to reach out to us and see if you have any questions regarding the waiver process. English proficiency scores, we accept the TOEFL, IELTS, as well as Duolingo. And then for processing of your I-20, the graduate college will need a valid passport as well as your proof of funding documents. So we get the question a lot. So these are the cutoff scores in terms of limited status as well as full status for both TOEFL, IELTS, and Duolingo. So we get the question a lot. If your test scores does not meet the full status admission requirements, should I still apply? And the answer is absolutely. So many of our students, we do admit limited status. You will just take an English placement test. There's a possibility that you may have to take a English as a second language course in addition, but we still encourage any student that doesn't necessarily meet the full status scores listed there on your screen. One, either try to take the exam again to see if you can achieve full status, or two, if we're able to admit you limited status, still join us and we'll help you work through that process as well. So a couple of deadlines. Spring 2025 is obviously approaching quickly. We just passed our priority deadline of October 1st, but we still are accepting applications through the end of this month. So again, if you hold an undergraduate accounting degree from an international institution or have the certification from ICAI, then you are eligible to apply, and we encourage you to do so before the end of October, and then your decisions will come out as quickly as we can. Now, in terms of the summer 2025 application, you've got a bit more time on that. Round one is coming up on October 31st. We do admit on a rolling basis throughout each of our 4 rounds. The other important aspect to note here is the final deadline for international students seeking an initial visa is going to be February 28th, 2025. And again, that would be to start the program during June of 2025. So we ask if you're more than welcome to connect with us after the session there. A couple of QR codes on your screen. We have a lot of great student ambassadors that you're welcome to meet with. If you scan that QR code, it will take you to the website and you can talk to some students that are currently in the MSA program. And then if you have any questions about the admissions process or the program as a whole, you're more than welcome to scan that QR code on the left. Connect with either myself or one of our other admissions advisors, and we'd be happy to work you through that process. If you do have any follow-up questions after today's session, the best place to reach us is that email account down on the bottom, grad@business.illinois.edu. So that will conclude our presentation. So I will go ahead and stop my screen share, and Sabahat, I will turn it back over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brian. That was really helpful. Thank you so much for your presentation. There's a lot of questions that have come in. We will be going to them shortly. In the meantime, very quickly in the chat window, I have posted a Calendly link. The participants who've come in for the session today, you get an exclusive opportunity to have a one-on-one small group session with the admission team at GIES College of Business on the 16th of October. Kindly choose your slots by clicking on that link and registering. So thank you so much. We will be taking the questions up shortly once we are sort of done with this. But Harshit, your question was, how is this program different from the CPA? Brian's done a wonderful job of explaining the whole thing to us. So I'm sure that answers your question at least. With this, we would now like to sort of move into the panel. Emily and Vidhi, if I could have you on screen. So once again, Emily and Vidhi, thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful Tuesday afternoon. I can see it's a bit chilly back home for you, whereas in India, the temperatures are fluctuating. So without taking up much time, I'm going to simply jump into the Q&A. Vidhi, I would like to start with you. So just for everyone's reference, Vidhi is a GIES MSA alum. She currently works as a tax consultant at Deloitte. Whether you transitioned from law and corporate consultancy in India to accounting in the US, can you sort of share what motivated you to make this shift, firstly? And also, how did the MSA program at GIES really sort of prepare you for this transition? Because a lot of students are very skeptical about, sort of transitioning from one job to the other. So can you give us a little bit insight into your story?
Of course, that is a really good question, Sabha. The transition from law to accounting, it was my strategic decision, which was like driven for my passion in financial analysis as I worked as a tax consultant in India. And of course, MSA program offers a rigorous curriculum, which is emphasized on practical learning. And there were like very good courses which align with my interests, like accounting analysis 1, the basic accounting 2, and then there was federal taxation and then auditing. So, and there is also another program for like data analytics and technology, which is booming right now. So that really motivated me to choose the MSA program.
Okay, great. So that sort of really helped you make that transition, and you felt that given, with times a lot of innovation is taking place, so this would be the right fit for you. And of course, with the right sort of programs that GIES has to offer. Emily, coming back, sort of bringing it back to you. GIES College of Business truly prides itself on helping students pivot into accounting from various different backgrounds. I mean, I personally know of a few students who've done that. Vidhi here is an example. So can you talk about how the MSA program is designed to sort of support these career changes, and what are the key elements that make this transition possible and easier for students who are looking to do so?
Yeah, so obviously VD is a really wonderful example of how we can transform somebody that does not have an accounting background into being an accountant and working in, for instance, a Big Four firm. So it all starts from the admissions process. And as Brian had alluded, we are reviewing your transcripts, which is why we need all transcripts from everywhere, from your undergrad through, if you've already gotten a master's degree, if you have any type of certification, we need to see all of those transcripts, because our academic director, as well as our admissions team, is really reviewing all of their documents to really personalize a study plan for you. So every single student has a very unique study plan to them, so that they are guaranteed and that they are not duplicating any coursework to ensure that they sit for the CPA exam and they aren't having any duplicate coursework. If there is duplicate coursework, we want to avoid that, because then you wouldn't be eligible to sit for the CPA exam. And so it really starts from the beginning, getting those transcripts to us so that we can review them. We can personalize a study plan for you. Students that have no background in accounting start off in our very basic courses and are learning the principles of accounting. In the first semester, you're going to be taking that very entry-level accounting course to get that foundation. You're also going to be taking a non-accounting course so that you kind of get that. A lot of students take our finance course during that semester. And then you'll move into the more advanced accounting courses, such as audit and tax. And so you really do get a great foundation. And we've had lots of students come in from different undergraduate degrees in history and in music. We've had chemistry.
Wow.
I mean, we've had, you name it, we've had it, and we've created accountants out of them. So this is kind of our bread and butter. We know what we're doing. We are highly ranked. And so I think any student that really has an inkling or an inch of interest in accounting, we can help you succeed to be an accountant.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Emily. That was really insightful. So the crux is obviously making tailor-made sort of courses for each students to ensure that there's no cookie cutter solution. There's something which is made exclusively for each student based on their background to nurture them and help them get into the world out there. That was very, very insightful. Vidhi, sort of, bringing it back to you, how did the GIES MSA program help you build or refine your skills in data analytics and advanced accounting? And can you share, so obviously while theory is a part of the curriculum, you could have learned it, but how exactly, if you have any example that you can share about how exactly did you sort of then apply these skills that you learned during your tenure there at your current role at Deloitte?
Exactly. Thank you. This is a really good question, I would say. So data analytic course is the course which we start in second semester, fall semester. And the course is very basic, like you learn from scratch. The professors are really good at that you don't know anything about data analysis, but you learn from the scratch, the basic. Like I had no background in data. But now
Right.
when I work in Deloitte, I have to learn so many softwares, and it helped me a lot. During that time, what I learned, the programming language, for example, I chose Python, which was like
Mhm.
basic. And they started from like scratch. Like it was so basic that now I know at least basic things. Like as a tax consultant right now in Deloitte, for example, I'm preparing tax returns. The softwares are doing it for me. So the
Ah.
programming language which I learned in data analytics course is really helping me now.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Vidhi. So with Vidhi spoke about data analysis. Emily, coming to you, the accounting field has sort of transformed into this data-driven profession about data being key. Can you share some insights about how the program sort of incorporates data analysis into the curriculum to make sure that when these graduates get out into the marketplace, it really sort of acts as a differentiating factor for them?
Yeah, that's a great question. So our program is STEM designated, which ensures that all of our classes have that quantitative methods embedded into them. In the past few years, we have created several analytics courses that our students can take, two of which are like ACCI 570 and ACCI 575. And then if you want to add on a third data analytics course into that, you actually can then create a concentration, which is transcriptable. So in addition to getting your Master of Science in Accounting, if you take these two courses, ACCI 570 and 575, and then an additional course out of a list, that creates a concentration in data analytics, and that is all transcribable. So when you go to a career fair or you're talking to a recruiter, you can actually talk about how you've taken classes in data analytics and how that really differentiates you from other students at different universities. And since we are STEM designated, that actually is something not a lot of universities in accountancy have. And so you are, again, a step above some of your peers at other universities because you're going to be eligible to work in the United States for an extended period of time. So not only are you getting that MSA, you can get the data analytics and you are STEM designated. So you really are in a unique
Covering it.
situation.
Sorry, Emily, if I may, I know a lot of our participants here may or may not know about the STEM designated part of it. If you could briefly just explain how that sort of helps international students in the visa process?
Yep. So our program is STEM designated, which means that typically, traditionally, if you come to the United States and you get a degree, you can stay in the United States for 1 year to work. However, being STEM designated, you can stay for 1 year and then you can apply for an extension to stay in an additional 2 years. So total 3 years in the United States because we are STEM designated. And so it's a really great opportunity for students that are really looking to work in the United States and get that experience. And I mean, within your first year, you're learning so much, but you can really expand if you have that opportunity to stay a little bit longer.
Great. Emily, thank you so much. That was really helpful. I'm sure people in the audience did have that question. That's always a question that gets asked. And thank you so much for clarifying that. Vidhi, bringing it back
I
to
would
you.
also like to add on
Yes,
the
please.
that part that for the STEM, so like you get, because our course is STEM designated, you get 3 chances for H-1B lottery as well. Where your employers file for your H-1B. So I got lucky and my H-1B got picked this year. So every student has that great opportunity for STEM designation which GIES offers. So
Yes.
definitely look
So
forward for that.
yeah, there's all. Firstly, congratulations on getting yours, Vidhi, and thank you for sharing that
Thank you.
wonderful nugget of advice. So, to everyone in the audience, there are multiple opportunities which are available for you to apply for your H-1B visa if the US is sort of not just your study destination, but that's somewhere you think you can make a career out of it. So, Vidhi, coming back to the fact that you came from an international background in a country like India. Um, I'm sure you must have had your fair share of challenges. So, what were some of the challenges you faced in adapting to the US accounting landscape? And how do you think, whatever support that was given by the university from from the GIES College of Business sort of help you in overcoming these initial challenges that you might have faced?
As there are like thousands of students from all the diversity in UIUC, it
Yeah.
helped a lot to make a lot of friends. Even I would say about the faculty, we had like personal relationships with them. Like I always say that I miss Emily. She was so welcoming and warm from the first day, I would say. And the career professional development teams helps a lot, to have like
Okay.
mock interviews, help you for anything, like for like mock interviews, and then one-on-one sessions, helping you for CVs. And then always like career fair. Emily was the one who guided me a lot. So definitely you'll gain some personal experience, like personal interaction with everyone.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Vidhi. So basically the support system sort of works. So Emily, toggling it back to you, what specific resources or support system does GIES provide to help students specifically from non-accounting backgrounds like liberal arts or humanities for that matter? You even mentioned there was someone from a music background that had joined the program. What is the sort of support system and resources that you provide to help them succeed, not just in the program, but then make a smooth career transition into the accounting world?
Yeah. So that, like I mentioned, I think that's really what makes us stand apart is that from day one, when you apply, we're reviewing your transcripts and we're making sure that you're taking the right courses to be successful. We're not going to put you in super advanced accounting classes if you haven't had accounting yet. We're going to start you in courses that are going to help you succeed. So, like I said, right off the bat, we're reviewing all of your transcripts. We're creating a personalized study plan for you to succeed. And then once you get into the program, you start taking those classes, but then we have a lot of different resources around you to help build you up. So we have a wonderful career and professional development office, as Vidhi mentioned. They are there to help you with resume review. We have a format that is really known for GIES. And so all of the recruiters know where to look on your resume for certain things because you have a standard template here at GIES. We also have mock interviews. We have sessions on LinkedIn and how to build up your LinkedIn profile. They have just so many different opportunities. And we've been very privileged in the last year to welcome our executive career coach, who is a former partner at a large Big Four. And so she works with our students and doing career coaching. So once you've met with the Career and Professional Development Office, getting your resume reviewed and kind of getting ready, she then kind of takes over and starts looking at the student and helping them with those interview prep sessions. And also, like, once you've gotten your interviews, she works with you to help you with the negotiation process. And so she's just a really wonderful asset to us and helping students kind of bridging that gap so that they are going to be successful in the workforce. So she's working with all of our students. So that means students that have accounting backgrounds and don't have accounting backgrounds. Additionally, we have CPA study nights, which are every Wednesday evening where students can come, have the opportunity to hold themselves accountable to studying for the CPA exam. And we partner with Becker, who is the study material. So our students are also able to get Becker at a discounted rate. And if they take our CPA study course, in addition to purchasing the Becker material, they can get scholarships. So it can cost them very little to start studying for the CPA exam. So we try to break down as many barriers as possible to ensure that students that don't have that accounting background feel right at home and are just ready to enter the workforce when they graduate.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Emily. That was really insightful, really sort of gives you a 360-degree picture of the kind of help and support that is given to the student right from the very start. So in case if someone is looking for that transition, then there is someone out there to support you and help you through your journey so that you know exactly which direction you're going in. Vidhi, coming to you, what advice would you give to current or prospective MSA students, especially those who may be considering a career change, about how does this program sort of help them leverage their success long term?
As I said, the courses are designed like they are well versed with all the basics of accounting. So even if you have
Mhm.
no accounting background, professors are going to help you all the basics of accounting. And
Yeah.
always reach out and ask questions to faculty members. They are always ready to help you. Even you can reach out to all the admin work, like you can reach out to Emily. I always used to reach out to Rachel. She's a program director. So they please don't hesitate to ask questions here. They are always ready to help you. So, and also you'll make so many friends here. Like I have some friends we also are touch now after like 1 year as well.
Wow.
So you're gonna make really good connections here, networking as well. So like many of us had like of multiple offers as well. So career
Mhm.
professional development is gonna help you in that way as well.
Great. So, Vidhi, just adding on to that question, as a GIES alum and Emily, you as the director of graduate programs, how do you both sort of view the importance of alumni network in career growth? And of course, what role does, GIES play in connecting current students with alumni like Vidhi or any other alumni as such that could help current or prospective students?
So I think building a network is probably one of the biggest priorities. Obviously,
Yes.
coming to the United States, your academics is the first thing you need to be working on. But I'd say number two is networking, because networking is what's going to help you get your job. And
Yeah.
we try very hard ensuring that our students aren't just focused in on their main program. We try to expand and do lots of events with other programs in the GIES
Mhm.
graduate space, so that way you're getting to know other people, network with people. We have several networking events that happen throughout the time here in the program, so that you're feeling more and more comfortable when it
Right.
and the more practice you have, the better you're going to feel when it comes to going to a career fair or doing an employer showcase or something of that nature. And so I would say networking is key.
Mhm.
We have ambassadors and we have alumni panels that we do sporadically throughout the time too, so you can get interaction with the alums and hear from them. So for instance, Vidi's here right now, you're hearing from alums, you're starting to kind of
Yes.
already grow your network. And so I would recommend going on LinkedIn as well and looking for students who have completed our degree and contacting them and asking them questions, because they're going to give you firsthand experience and examples of how the program helped them.
Great, great. I know we are on a little bit of a time crunch, but my last question to you, Emily, as someone who's involved in shaping the MSA program, where do you see the future of accounting uh, education heading, especially with the growing importance of technology and analytics in this field? Like a lot of AI is coming in, business analytics, new buzzwords every single day. What do you foresee as the future?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think at GIES, we are just very innovative and we have
Yes.
very forward-thinking faculty. We were one of the very first accounting departments to have the data analytics embedded into our curriculum. And so in addition to having lots of faculty who are into research and who have been practitioners, we have lots of former partners in our staff in the faculty field.
Right.
So I think that they are just so understanding of what's to come, that they are always trying to reshape the curriculum so that it is as up to date as possible, getting you to understand the newest and latest things in the technology space. As Vidi mentioned too, she was able to take some data analytics courses, which
Yeah.
are now helping her in her current role. And so I think, yes, data analytics is still obviously continuing to grow. And so our faculty is always trying to implement new ways to embed new things into their courses. So
So making sure that the
stay
coursework is,
tuned.
yeah,
Always,
adapting
yeah,
to the changing times. I feel
correct.
that is very, very important. Vidhi, my last question to you before we sort of go into the Q&A is, I just wanted to sort of understand from you, what is the kind of mindset, what would you say would be the key qualities of mindset that one should have if they're looking for a career change in both during the program and in their professional life to ensure that they meet the kind of success that they are looking for?
I would say communication is the key in the United States. From the day
Okay.
one you land, be open with everyone, with faculty, with the team, with your friends, make new connections.
Right.
Networking, as I said, build teams on networking. Like I would say, yeah, from the first day, communication is this key. And yeah, networking definitely. It helped me a lot. Like during
Right.
career fairs, employer
Mm-hmm.
showcase, everything helped a lot. Like most of us were placed in fall career fairs. So entire like the spring season, like the spring semester, we were relaxed. So
Right.
that would have say that helped a lot. Be proactive, and as I always mention, never hesitate to ask any question.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vidhi, and thank you, Emily. Brian, I would like you also to come back now and let's dive straight into all of these wonderful questions which have sort of come in from people. I'm just going to pick the question and, of course, target it towards the panel, and whichever one of you feel that they would be best suited, we could take it from there. First question, and I'm going to try and make this more generic for the rest of the audience as well. Let's talk about the difference between a full-time MBA versus an MS, and what exactly are the factors that sort of distinguish these two programs.
So I'll start with that. So we have an MBA program. It is fully online. We also have a Master of Science in Accountancy, which has either on campus or online. So that's one of the biggest distinguishers. Another one is that the MBA program is more geared for students who've been in the workforce for a very long time, and these learners are coming back to add on to their skill sets while continuing to work. Speaking on the on-campus Master of Science in Accountancy program, MSA program, these are learners who are potentially coming straight from their undergrad, maybe have some work experience in internships or a couple years, either have an accounting degree and want to get into the United States into learning about accounting in the US, or they are completely switching careers and aren't interested in doing a history degree anymore, or music or chemistry or whatever it may be. That's why they're coming to us. So that's kind of the main difference between the two at just a very high level.
Great,
If I
Emily,
could jump
that
in
was
on that too as well, Sabahat. I know that was one of the sessions that we did on the panel on the Seed Tour this summer in India, and I thought it was really insightful since we did not have the full-time MBA program, so I was there representing the specialized masters. But one thing I really tried to encourage as well is you can actually do both. Because our programs are stackable, and that if you do one of our residential specialized master's program, then you can go out, because our MBA program requires 3 years of work experience minimum before you can apply. So what many students will do is they'll come to us, they'll do one of our residential degrees, go out, start their careers, gain the necessary work experience, and then go back. And when they apply for the IMBA program, they're in essence about halfway done with the program. So they'll have the master's degree already under their belt from GIES, which kind of jumpstarts their career. Then they've got that work experience, because as Emily mentioned, on average, our IMBA program, their average years of work experience is like 10 to 12 years. So very much professionals that have been in the industry for a long time. So in essence, I think you can do both. So really kind of get a jumpstart on your career and improve your prospects right at the beginning, but then also come back after you have some years under your belt, really when you're trying to make that maybe next jump in your career, maybe to the executive level or something along those lines as well.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Just sort of building on to that question, if someone is looking to apply for an MBA program, what are the official transcripts or documentation that you require? And also, is it possible for a student to sort of send across the other document, but if they are awaiting official transcript evaluations, can they sort of send it at a later stage?
So yeah, so basically in terms of the online IMBA program, they're still going to fill out the regular graduate college application. One thing important to note, at the University of Illinois, we don't accept WES evaluations or things like that. We do all of our own internal evaluations here on campus. So we always encourage students not necessarily to submit the documents and do an official review ahead of time, but both our on-campus staff as well as our GIES Online team do offer one-on-one appointments as well. And we encourage students to reach out, schedule those appointments with us. We can discuss your credentials, what your career goals are, and see if our programs can be a good fit for you. We're definitely welcome to have those conversations. And then we can also help you through the application process if you decide that's going to be the best step in your career.
What about the transcripts? Can they, if they are, they need to send you the transcripts at one go? Am I correct?
Yeah, they're welcome to send in transcripts and we can take a look at those. And then
Okay.
also we do a lot of that in the one-on-one appointments as well, just discussing previous coursework that they've taken and things like that. But we're definitely happy to take a look just to ensure that prerequisites are met and things like that, just so you know everything that's going to be required as you start to work through the application process.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Coming to this. One second. Okay, great. Emily, I'm gonna and Brian, I'm gonna bring you guys in on this. So let's talk a little bit about what are the career opportunities available, for students after completing their MSA program. What are the different career options which are sort of available for them? What is it that they can sort of expect?
Yeah. So I think our students going into accounting, every company, every business has to have some type of a job for accounting. So I think that's just very general, is that there is a job for you if you choose accounting, and then it just becomes, what are you interested in? Are you interested in tax? Are you interested in audit? Are you interested in consulting? And then that can kind of help you to determine what type of roles you go into. So our students have a wide variety of roles that they get into when they become alums. We've had accounting associates, we've had consultants, we've had financial analysts, internal auditors, you name it, they've done it. A lot of our students find jobs, big four, mid-tier, little boutiques as well. We have students that are going to Chicago as one of the hubs, New York, San Francisco. We've had students going to Texas and Florida. So really, this is your platter. You can make it where you want to go. Accounting is just such a great field to go into. And so if you have questions about that too, we're open to helping you navigate that area.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Emily. Brian, would you like to add on anything?
Yeah, and I think it's something that Emily mentioned previously. We do give our students a lot of networking opportunities to start to learn about these different roles. One of the ones that our MSA students really enjoy is we do a Meet the Big Four session over the summer. And I always said it's good to hear directly from the source. So it's not really meant as a recruitment event necessarily, rather networking, just kind of learning about those Big Four firms, what they're looking for, kind of how that process is going to work. And then also several different networking opportunities on campus with the employer showcases, a little bit of a smaller setting. So just know that we definitely have a lot of opportunities. A lot of students put a lot of time and effort into the job search process, but just know that you're not alone in that process. And we do have a lot of opportunities, not only with our staff here at GIES graduate programs, but also with career and professional development to kind of help you navigate that process. So don't feel like you're alone in trying to tackle the beast there when it comes to finding a job at the end.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll also just add really briefly, our faculty really appreciate having students come to their office hours and talk and build those relationships with them. And so that's another networking opportunity for students, is just be open to communicating with your faculty. I know sometimes students feel a little bit uneasy going to talk to faculty because they think like, oh, I don't want to be bothered to them. But actually our faculty at GIES are so welcoming and they just love having conversations with students. And so the academic director and myself, we have meetings with the students in the MSA program throughout the fall and spring semester where we just say, come talk to us. We want to hear what's going on. We want to make real changes. If you're hearing something in a class, we just want to make this the best experience for you. And so really open that communication, lines of communication is great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So a lot of support from the team at the university, a lot of networking opportunities also available for you. So yes, there is a lot of career growth and options for those who are considering this particular program and are looking to sort of pivot or take a change in their career. I'm going to generalize the next question as well, just for the benefit of others. Do grades sort of really matter? And what does someone who has a low CGPA do in order to ensure that they are coming in with a strong profile and sort of filling in that gap in their resume as such? What would be your advice to students who are coming in with low CGPAs but are still looking to get an admit, are still looking to be one with the other competence in the pool?
I can jump in on that one. And I think one thing that's really important to note is that we review all applications holistically here in the GIES College of Business. So we're looking at all aspects of the application equally. We work with a lot of students as well that maybe they didn't get off to as great of a start as they particularly would have liked in their academic career during their undergrad. But it's also important to note when their grad college does their calculations, they're only looking at the final 60 hours that were attempted. In terms of other things they can do to boost that, that's why we're really looking for that detailed resume of experiences that you have, because we're definitely looking at what experiences you have in accounting related roles. Also, a strong GMAT or GRE score can kind of help offset some of those concerns with a lower GPA than maybe you would have liked. And then we're big on fit as well. We want to make sure that our program is going to be a good fit for you. So we have that opportunity throughout the essay questions, the video essay as well. Not only just kind of why are you interested in accounting in general, but why do you feel like specifically the MSA program at GIES aligns with your career goals as well.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Brian. That does help. I know we have sort of hit the time mark, but I'm going to take this next bunch of questions and bundle them together because they're all revolving around the same theme. Of course, the hot topic for discussion: scholarships available to international students. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What are the eligibility options for that? And of course, what percentage is given out to international students? One last thing, any graduate assistantships that may be available or accessible for international students. So everything about scholarships. Over to you.
All right, well, I could jump in on that one. So on the application itself, there's just going to be a button you're going to click that said, I would like to be considered for a scholarship. Unfortunately, we don't offer any assistantships or any kind of fully funded scholarships or anything like that. But once you indicate on the application that you will be interested in being considered for a scholarship, there's an opportunity to add an optional scholarship essay, just explaining why are you looking for the scholarship? How can it help you reach your career goals and your educational goals as well? I think it's around like 25% of our students receive scholarships or something along those lines. We give no preference in terms of our scholarship awards to domestic versus international applicants. So international applicants are welcome to apply for scholarships as well. Emily, anything to add on scholarships?
No, I think you hit all the key points.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. With that, I would like to thank Emily, Brian, and Vidhi for their time. I know we could go on and on with the questions, but for those of you who did not get an opportunity to have your question answered or did not get an opportunity to post your question, I have dropped a link in the chat window. Feel free to click on the link and book yourself a profile evaluation session with the team at GIES, and you will be hearing from us shortly as well. So once again, thank you so much for a wonderful session. We still have around close to 260 of you in the audience. Thank you so much for participating. You've been a wonderful audience. Emily, Brian, and Vidhi, thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful, beautiful, chilly morning. I can see all of you are all stacked up. And yes, good night to you from India. And yeah, looking forward to connecting with all of you soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
All right,
Bye.
thanks.
Thank you.